All right, guys. Hello, and welcome to Creators Club with Coach Kimmi. What's up? What's up? Today we are talking about 5 things. That's right. 5 things you never wear on YouTube. It will hurt your video. Ready? Ready? Let's go. Busy patterns that distract. Okay? If I'm wearing crisscross and stripes and all that, and I got on 15 different colors and all that, you looking like, what in the world? Sometimes it's too busy for your brain. What they say, sensory overload, you got to cut the video off, okay? Now, I do like my colors, as you can see, and I do like my loud colors here in my house, but I want to make sure my whole area is just not too much. And I actually have a couple areas in the house that I film, and one of my areas I have a lot of pictures, and one of my friends was like, you know what, Kim, I don't like all the pictures. I was like, okay. So I said, well, let me try something different. So you let me know in the comments, what do you think? Is this too much? Too simple? What? And this is actually my simpler background. My other one is really, I can show you right quick. Hold on. Ready? If you see that wall over there with all the pictures, that's where I normally film. You can see that wall. So that's where I typically like to film, is over there. Busy, sensory overload. So I said, well, let's try something different. Maybe you agree. We'll see what the numbers say, okay? But anyway, watch wearing busy patterns that distract your viewers, okay? Colors that blend into your background. If I'm wearing black and this didn't have anything in it and I'm sitting on a black couch, all you see is my big head, you'll be like, what's going on over there? So just be aware of your surroundings. Be aware of where you're filming, okay? Again, I got a background here, so what I'm wearing today, to me, looks perfect because I got a little color. It's a little bland in the back. But if everything was gray, I'm wearing gray, the wall is gray, the couch is gray, you can't even see me. You know, you kind of still, you're lost. So you need a little like to separate the two, okay? Large, noisy jewelry. Don't wear large, noisy jewelry. And I got some bangles, and my girls, y'all know what I'm talking about. We got them bangles and them bracelets, and we be swinging our hands and our wrists, making us think we important when we walking and talking and moving our hands. But that's a distraction on video. Clean, 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 clean. No, we are not doing that. And even your jewelry too chunky. Unless you're selling jewelry for some reason, my necklace should not take up my whole neck and show all the way down here. It could be a distraction, okay? Especially, let's go back to that noisy part for my people again with all these bangles and charms and all that kind of stuff, okay? Just be cautious, because every time you move your hand, it's like, and it's a distraction to your audience, okay? Wrinkled or unprofessional clothing, okay? Don't come on the camera wrinkled. Do not come on the camera wrinkled, okay? Because people are gonna be like, why you ain't press that shirt? And I've had that happen before. I'm like, you know what, let me put this shirt on. And I'll ask my husband, I was like, do this need to be pressed? If the moment I ask, do it need to be pressed, it probably need to be pressed. So don't come on the camera wrinkled, looking like you don't know how to dress. Don't come on unprofessional. Don't come on with t-shirts with slogans, you such and such. If that's how you feel in your personal life, that's fine. But don't represent that on camera, okay? Unless that's your brand. And even then, it could be distasteful. Your core audience will know what you're talking about. But in this business, we're trying to grow our audience every day. So don't put on things that are offensive to other people, okay? Again, that may be your personal thought. Keep it up there, but don't wear it right here. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense, okay? Because a lot of times people put slogans on their shirts and they're like, well, I get the right to do that. You got the right to do that, but your audience also had the right to say, click, buy, leave, next. So that's not what we want, okay? And I'm not saying be fake, because you might need to do some self-evaluation if everything you wear and got that kind of stuff on and you can't even show up here, right? It's like, do I really want to walk in life like that? Now, this is not that channel, but I would be remiss if I did not say that. So, but back to the point though. So make sure your clothing is not wrinkled or unprofessional or offensive, okay? The next thing is hats and sunglasses that hide your face. Now, some of y'all are camera shy, and I get that. I get that. But we are not coming on here with big old sunglasses unless that's part of your thing. But typically, people want to see who you are. I cannot even stand when I'm watching like an actor on TV and they got on sunglasses, and I'm like, why you got on sunglasses? You know, I'm gonna tell you one of my homies, like we know each other, Johnny Gill from New Edition, and I saw him on a couple interviews, and I was just like, I can't see what you look like. Why do you got on them big glasses? Are you high from the night before? Are you drunk? I mean, No offense, Johnny, but why you got on glasses? I need to see you. You know, I didn't get out of my bed to watch the Good Morning Today, Good Morning Show or Today Show or whatever, and you sitting there with these big glasses on. Sometimes superstars think that makes them feel more important or they're more superior. I don't know. But for you, the regular person, try to show your face. A big old hat, floppy hat, and I'm sitting here in a hat trying to hide who I am, so you don't see me. No. No. It's a distraction, and people will leave your videos because they're like, well, if they don't want to show their face, maybe what they got to say is not that important, right? So always be camera ready, okay? Show up for the camera ready. Some people can wear bonnets on here, and that's okay for their genre. But if I'm your teacher, I'm your educator, I'm your instructor, you will never catch me on here in a bonnet, okay? Not me. Now, some people can do that, and it works for their brand, okay? But I've never been able to do that. I've never been able to do that. I knew one of, in my other genre that I'm in, one of the, it's a notary channel, and she could lay in her bed, and she literally could be laying like this and talking and texting and writing, and I'm sitting there like, for real? If I did that, they'd be like, Kimmy, what's going on over there? Do we need to call the doctor? You know? So, and me and my sister had this conversation, and me and my husband had this conversation. Just because someone else does something, and we're all older, okay? We're all older. But just because someone else does something does not mean you should do it, okay? It does not. You should not do everything else somebody else do. So they have the right, you have the right, everybody has the right to do whatever they want to do. But at the same time, I'm trying to grow a brand over here, okay? Kreators Klub with Kimmi is growing. It's a brand. It's a thing. It's a situation, okay? So I'm not trying to do anything to interfere with the brand. I'm not going to come on here again where I'm wearing my pajamas or I'm wearing a bonnet, okay? When you see me, your girl always got a flower. Typically, I always got my earrings. I always got my shirt. I'm looking like I'm ready to film and teach, okay? So, and we're supposed to be working on okay if you saw my other video recently. I need to remove okay from my vocabulary. But let's get right into it. So let's wrap this up. So 5 things that you're never going to do, are never going to wear, are busy patterns that distract, colors that blend in too much with your background, large, noisy jewelry, wrinkled or unprofessional clothing, or even offensive. Okay, if it's too offensive, leave it alone. Leave it at home. Hats or sunglasses that hide your face. Let's see all that beauty. Let's see that smile out there. Okay, so just so you can know who I am, I'm Coach Kimmi. I help new YouTubers, old YouTubers whose channels aren't growing, those that are ready to go next level, take that YouTube content and turn it into monetization. That's what I do over in the Kreators Klub. So check out KreatorsKlubWithKimmi.com for more help and more tips. Until next time, don't stop what? Don't stop creating.